Hey, Shalom. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another dialogue with the Raw, the Real, the Red Pill, also known as the Raw Hebrew. Been off the scene for a little bit, huh? Figured I'd come back. It's a lot that can be discussed right now. And I figured we'd get on into it, give you a raw perspective on this government shutdown and what I foresee. We got to seek out wisdom as men walking in this place, man. We got to know what's going on. A man has foresight. We have wisdom. We have discretion. These are the things that we must try to cleave on to, that we might be able to make sense of the things that are coming, that are already here, and to be better prepared for it. So I'm gonna give you a raw perspective on this government shutdown. It seems to be a lot of controversy about this. I figured I'd hop back on the red pill scene, man, and give my interpretation of all this and what I see coming out of it. First and foremost, I want to say we gotta look at this for what it is, man. And for me, a little bit about myself, just so y'all understand where my standpoint is. I deliver in Capitol Hill sometimes, man. I've been in the Rayburn building, the Madison building. I've been in and out these buildings on more than one occasion, to say the least. I work in food distribution, so I'm a truck driver. I do deliveries. And I deliver to some of these restaurants that's inside of these government buildings. And one thing that I tend to notice a lot, some things that need to be said, is that our woman, the so-called black woman, man, they don't got no love for us, man. Being in these buildings, I done had so many, I actually had confrontations before, man. Some of these federal buildings with some of these security guards, black women, of course. They'll be walking around probably with a husband and a family at home, but there seems to be a high sense of white, what's the word I'm looking for? White male worship in these federal buildings, brothers. I see this, man. I'll be walking through the halls of Madison or Rayburn over there in Capitol Hill. See a sister, or at least what I would refer to as a sister, a black woman, and be like, "Hey, what's going on, sis?" They'll ignore you. They'll look down at you like, "What the fuck you just say to me?" You know what I'm saying? And most of the time they're walking around with their white daddies. They're walking around in these places with their white daddies, man. And essentially, we go back into where it all began with our people, the black, the Hebrew brothers and sisters getting these federal jobs. We got to go back into to the beginning of this, man, the early 70s. I'm gonna give y'all a clue. Starts with an A. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get a guess in. What got these women in the workplace? That's right, affirmative action, y'all. Affirmative action. Here's the irony in it all. It was all a play to remove the man out the homes in the 70s and liberate this woman. That was part of the package deal that she received. You know what I mean? She received this package deal to do it, to stick it out alone. The other parts of the package deal being child support, no fault divorce came in the early 90s. Government jobs, government housing, food stamps, WIC, child care help with the child care services, pretty much to use the black male as a beam of support in the home and replace you with Uncle Sam. And this is kind of the background on this. These black women were put in these federal government positions at a high rate, and they're still up in there, while a brother such as me or, any black male, and there's some black men that's affected by this shutdown, but I'm just kind of getting to the root of it to kind of give my perception on it. I'm sure some brothers might agree, but a lot of these women were hired at a very high rate, man. The white man gave them jobs. Before this, they were keepers at home. Or, they'll have little part-time jobs here and there. But it wasn't enough to fully liberate her from her man. So now we fast forward, what is it, about 50 years? It looks like the white man's about to divorce this bitch. One of my first videos, I talked about this. It was around the time Backpage got shut down. And I talked about this, man. And here we are again, because there are some very tricky stipulations to this ordeal. They're talking about, man, if they don't come to a resolution within the next couple of weeks, man, oh man, we already know the deal, y'all. EBT and all that snapping, all that shit's getting cut, man, because they're not getting federal funding because the federal government shut down. You know? And we're all gonna feel it. We're all gonna feel it, man. But if I could have it my way, man, let this shit stay shut down, man. Fuck it. Fuck it, man. Expect a huge attitude change out of these black women very soon, man. And it's already happening. They about to start kissing ass. And I made a video on that. You know, they're really about to start waving that white flag, brothers. You know? Because what the Most High is doing right now is beginning to cease the grinding. And the grinding is ceasing. And it's not only limited to the black woman, because I don't want to sound like some crazy kamikaze, you know, conspiracists, because of course we're all gonna feel it. You know what I mean? Look at the retail apocalypse, man. We got Sears going down, GM's pretty much downsizing, going down. JC Penney's, Payless, Kmart, Gymboree, Toys R Us, Radio Shack. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And what it all boils down to is that the grinding is ceasing. And the white man so the so-called white man, this Edomite kingdom is falling out of power, and that's what it's all boiling down to. And this is something that could have been foreseen years ago. You know what I mean? So things as we know it is really about to change. We're about to see a lot of biblical prophecies on biblical proportions come to pass very, 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 very soon. When I say soon, within 90 days soon. You know, me personally, I think they're just using Donald Trump right now. And let me just say this first and foremost. I didn't vote. To me, it's two different heads of the same serpent. I don't give a fuck if you're Democrat. I give a damn if you're Republican. It's all pointless, because once you come into the knowledge of reality and can accept reality for what it is, man, these are leaders, and political leaders are appointed, man. You know, and they're gonna, no matter who's in office, a certain agenda and a certain goal is gonna be fulfilled. You know what I mean? But the irony of it all, man, is that it's really gonna hit these women really bad, man. You know, different guys such as Angry MGTOW spoke on it. BGS Ibmore has spoken on it. You know, this is years ago. You know, the brethren's been trying to warn these women, man. And their divorce is coming. If you cannot see the writing on the wall. Now, I could be wrong. We could wake up tomorrow and they can work out some type of deal and fund this wall, which is also something else I'm going to get into. But I doubt it. And honestly, if I could have it my way, as I said, no, let it fall, man. Let this kingdom fall. Why are we holding on to America? And this is an Ibmore channel. So I'm speaking to the so-called black Hebrew men. The Hebrew men. This is not our place of rest, man. You want to be here forever, man? You know what I'm saying? You want to have to answer to your bitch. You want to have to, you know, work how we're working, you know, deal with all the political unfairness and just, you know, it's not nothing I need to explain, you know? According to my beliefs, you know, we got next. So I would like to see this place fall, but the thing is, when it falls, it's going to fall grievously. You know, if you might have been wondering where the raw Hebrew been, I mean the real red pill been. I've been on. I got a second page called the Raw Hebrew, man, and I've been working more towards scriptural edification and prophecy. You know, try to put my hand to the plow and put in this work for the kingdom, man. And I know that's not in everybody's capacity. You know, but if you can always check me out on that side. If I'm not on this side, you know, I'm red pill now and forever. And really, when you come into the truth is the red pill. You know, when you come into spirituality and things of that nature, it's a very red pill arena as well. But to get back on topic, concerning this wall, we have 15. This is the second caravan building up, man. A second caravan, over 15,000 people, and within the next week or two, they're going to be arriving at the border. This could implement Operation Cable Splicer. Let's look into that, brothers. I got some homework for you. Operation Cable Splicer. Look into it. Long story short, it can pose a risk to quote unquote border security and be means in which martial law can be declared, and everything can be shut down. But as we see the economy with the stock markets, dropped the Dow Jones dropped another 660 points, I believe. It was over 1,000 points, I believe, toward the end of last year. It's spiraling out of control. Quantitative easing won't help. Printing money won't help it. The economy's going to shit. You see the retail apocalypse. A lot of women, we all know. I mean, some men work in retail, but it's predominantly a female heavy occupation. They're about to be shit out of luck, man. That's not looking too good for you women. And like I said, keep in mind, get ready for the black woman's attitudes to instantly change. Swirling, that's getting out the window, man. I haven't heard too much about these swirlers. Every now and then I see them outside and shit like that. Still getting a swirl on, and it's like, damn, bitch, do you know what time we in? But But I'm gonna get into what's gonna happen when these food stamps and this EBT get taken from these women, man. What are y'all gonna do? And there's a whole nother thing I want to talk about. And you got to keep in mind, all these things are playing together, But what are these women going to do? I can tell you what they're going to do. They're going to protest. It's going to cause some civil unrest. The black woman and her simps are going to go out there and start protesting this shit. And if you want a good idea of how it's going to be, if you recall a couple of years ago, they had shut down EBT for one day. And these women were looting the stores. Riotings occurred. In 3 to 4 weeks, about 4 to 6 weeks, we can experience this all over again on a national scale. Civil unrest, of course, we know through the National Defense Authorizational Act that your boy Obama signed into law in 2008. All rights can be indefinitely suspended, and a lot of people can get put up in these FEMA camps, man, due to civil unrest. So many different ways that this thing can go down, man. But it's not looking too good for the black woman. It's not looking too good for him, man. And I look at it like, from the beginning in the 70s, when she joined hands with white society, even to now, the black man ain't been shit. We ain't shit. We've been getting left at a 70% divorce rate by our woman. A woman really don't respect us, man. And we're about to get our respect back because the Most High is about to bring these women to their knees. And all praises, man. Definitely got to give up some praises for that. But everything we've been waiting, we're about to see the demise of these women, man. And it's funny? A lot of them still don't understand or see the writing on the wall. They don't see it happening. But it's going to hit them off guard, and we're going to sit back and, at least me, I'm not protesting. I'm gonna sit back, relax, spark a cigarette, drink a Heineken, and watch them on the news get fucked up. Because what's gonna happen this time around is they might get met with UN troops and pepper spray and bullets. Yeah, and scripturally, what does that sound like? Is that a Micah 7:10? She who is my enemy, I shall behold her. She should be trampled upon like the mire in the streets. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming, because the Father ain't forget, man. He's about to put everything back in order, but it's about to be a time of turmoil as well for everybody. So we all about to go through this. Even me, I'm fully unaware that as a truck driver in the food distribution field, It's a pretty high demand for drivers too, for CDL drivers. You know, you would think it's a solid job. It is. It actually is. I can quit my job today and start somewhere else in 2 days. You know, because it's such a high demand for truck drivers. But I come to the realization that later on down the line, like how it started with the retail apocalypse, and now it's going to the federal government. You chop the head, you kill the body. With this federal government shutdown, everything else is about to continue to cripple under it. You know, with all these countries leaving the petrodollar, Venezuela being the last of them. The stock markets are spiraling down. It's an inevitable shit hit the fan and all hell break loose situation coming. And there's one more. There's one more thing that the brethren needs to consider. My introspective black men of reform, it is something else that you need to consider heavily, because darkness is coming to America, y'all. The DHS and FEMA released documentation of a possible EMP threat and warned people to prepare for food for up to 6 months. Whoa, that's heavy right there, right? The lights are about to go out for everybody. What are you going to do on that day, brother? What are these women going to do? They already have CenturyLink outages. All this is within like 3 weeks, y'all. CenturyLink outages to where 911 and emergency services were not working. You know, we get hit with this EMP. And it's all, you know, they're going to say, oh, it's Russia or it's China. But us introspective black men of reform, we know what the deal is. It's a controlled, you know, it's order out of chaos, okay? It's order out of chaos. The upper echelon, the elites and the shot callers are using the politicians and you know, they're using these politicians as puppets, man, so that we be deceived. And you know, everybody hates Trump right now. I mean, fuck him. I don't give a fuck about Trump. I mean, hey, I don't know the guy. You know, I don't really give a shit, because regardless who's president, I still got to wake my ass up 3 a.m, go to work and slave all day, you know. So it doesn't make a difference to me. And no matter who's president, no matter who the president is, we're still going to be headed toward the same direction. There is no redeeming America. America will never be great again. America's on its way out the door. Because come March 20th, sunset 2019, will initiate the 400th year of the captivity. Yeah. See how it's all coming together? Yeah, in 3 months mark the 400th year of the captivity of the indigenous southern tribe Hebrews that came over here from the southwestern hemisphere of Africa. Yeah, and the powers that be do know this. Whether you want to deny it or not, it should be common knowledge by now. I think a lot of us Idmore brothers know who we are. We're not just niggas or African Americans, but there's a lot of prophecy around this too, y'all. Something to look into. You know, so of course we know, if you're familiar with scripture, 400 years was Abraham was told that his lineage would be in captivity for 400 years in a land that they know not. And then afterwards, we will be redeemed, and the Most High would judge the lands. The plagues are here. What we're seeing right now with this government shutdown, with all this chaos, the threats of EMP, the lights going out, you know, it's all the plagues. Oh, yes, and famine is coming, y'all. The Federal Reserve note, man, we're pretty much reaching the end, brothers. All I can tell you, if you're a spiritual brother, stay heavy in prayer. You know, fuck these women. Don't worry about these damn women right now. They're going to start running to you. Isaiah 4:1. 7 women shall cling on to 1 man. That's about to happen. Because these women are about to lose everything. But as introspective black men of reform, we must focus on survival. You know, we have that in us. These women don't have it in them. They're going to be ready to prove some shit in a minute. And we already know they're not going to prove anything. What they're going to do is cry and shame us for not coming to their rescue. Something similar to what Crystalline Carrison did when the Veganator went on her shit. Detested her swirling antics. You know, she was mad that black men didn't come to her defense. But you know, the sad part is that these shaming tactics are not going to work. Maybe for the simp, but a lot of simps are now awake, man. It's going to always be some simps here and there. But these women are about to be, man, high and dry. Homelessness amongst our women is about to rise. They're talking about these federal workers are not even going to get paid until the 25th of January at the earliest. And that's if they come to an agreement. Because best believe, if the government is still shut down, they're still not going to get fucking paid. Hard times are coming, you all. What I suggest to do is, while you still can, acquire a firearm, or 2 or 3 or 4. Stock you up some ammo, okay? Because these are the times we're about to come into. And especially when this EMP hits. There's not going to be no 911. Your refrigerator, your freezer's not going to work. Your microwave's not going to work. Your lights, of course. Your car's not going to work. Unless you have a less modern vehicle, maybe an early 90s and before vehicle, before they got all technology advanced and all that other bullshit. Push button start and key fobs with theft deterrents in them, so you might actually be winning if you have an older vehicle. But these cars are not going to be running, man. There's going to be utter chaos out here. I know y'all seen my the Iron War video. That's about to be a reality. What do you think is going to happen when these lights go out? And meanwhile, you go on Instagram, you go on World Star, you go on Fly Height, and what do you see the black woman doing? Still shaking her ass, doing her mating call, twerking. And these women are oblivious that she's about to be forced to twerk in a minute. She can be twerking on a stranger in a back alley somewhere with a hand around her neck, man. This is real shit. It sounds harsh. It's uncomfortable for the simps and the women, but for the real men, we know this is coming. But brothers, start storing up some rice, some oats, grits, cream of wheat. Make you an account with Ready to Refresh. It's about $50. Get some 5-gallon jugs of water stored up, man. Get some deliveries made. There's gonna come a time when the ATM's not gonna work, man. This is all coming, and it's all coming together. You can't see it, and I don't know what to tell you. But the fate of America is not looking too good, and it's all good, baby. I'm ready for this place to fall. But likewise, brothers, we need to prepare. And a lot of our people are not prepared. You seen in these movies like, what movie was that? Yeah, the first Purge. How you have these white supremacists and these KKK riding around. They're going to do that shit for real. And it's all scriptural. If you go into the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and 16, it tells you exactly what's about to go on. And we're headed into them times. Where neighbor should rise up against neighbor, and they should be breaking and entering into people's houses, and they should spoil each other's houses with the sword due to the lack of bread. Famine is coming. Yeah, brothers. Things are looking really bad. But all this amongst the government shutdown. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do? We already know what the woman's going to do. She's going to cry. She's going to be made desolate. Her pride will be broken. She's going to shame you. She's going to try to cleave onto you. She's going to call you king. She's going to call you brother. She's going to say she even loves you. Well, we all know better. We know better. But Esau, the so-called white man, is about to put his horns up these women's asses, man. It's real talk. We see it right now. A lot of these women in a lot of these people laid off on these federal jobs are these black women who got in on affirmative action. And here's the irony of it all. She got in on the black woman is counted a minority through affirmative action, right? But she outnumbers the black male anywhere between 5 to 7 times to 1. You understand? For every 5 to 7 women, there's 1 male in a black community. So how the fuck is she a minority? It's really the black male. You are the minority, brother. But of course, we live in a gynocentric matriarchal society. You're not going to be uplifted or helped. So we got to help ourselves. And part of helping ourselves is getting this information, brothers. It's a lot of calamities coming ahead. It's funny. I try to talk to my maid about this shit. She don't want to hear shit. Why? Because women tend to not want to hear nor believe anything that makes them feel uncomfortable because they're all about comfort. Their reality is their emotions. Their emotions is their compass in what they want to believe is reality. Their emotions is their compass in life to what they believe or do not believe is reality. Us as men, no, we accept things for how they are, and we prepare accordingly. These women are about to be shutting the fuck up real soon. They're not going to have the courage to look a man in his eyes in a little bit. And all praises, man. Us brothers been waiting on this day. The sad part is, how many women are going to stand up, admit the fuckery, and apologize? You know? They're going to pretend like it never happened, and therefore, they're going to be left out to hang dry, man. You know? But just some things to think about. I highly suggest you, brother, go on YouTube. Just Google EMP threat. You're going to see a lot of shit. It's literally, FEMA and DHS released an article on this in December. One of the politicians in Trump's cabinet just made a tweet today, just now, Friday night. You understand that people need to start backstocking food and water. They're trying to tell you something. Shit is about to hit the fan. You think the purge? See, you gotta understand, everything that's in Hollywood, it's called predictive programming. You know, the purge is about to be some real shit. It ain't gonna be no 12-hour thing. They're talking about it. These Transformers blow from the EMP attack, that more than likely our own government is gonna put on itself, because they're crashing the economy, man. Order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. Yes, they're creating the chaos. These women have no idea, man. You know, this government shutdown should be the least of their worries, because a lot of other shit is following this. And a lot of it is she's going to be in a lot of the things that's coming is going to be really bad to be a woman. It's going to really suck to be a woman, man. Straight up. What might do they have? If you're in a grocery store, you come across that last bag of rice and you see a woman in the aisle, she sees it, and she's reaching out to grab that bag. And you, brother, you know, you have a couple kids or, you know, whatever. It could be just you, but you're fucking hungry. Who's going to get that bag of rice? This is going to be the situation a lot of these women are about to be in very, 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 very soon. This is about to be the reality here, man. You know? But I'm just ranting a little bit. But do Google that EMP thing, man. Google that, YouTube it, hundreds of videos on it. DHS and FEMA just released the paperwork on that last month of December 2018. Look into the second caravan that's coming through, man, to meet them at the border. You know, the irony of it all is, you know, like I said, I don't give a fuck about the Republicans. I don't give a damn about the Democrats. Fuck them both. You know, I do understand the politics behind it all, but it's funny how Trump is painted as the bad guy. But he wants to put up a wall in the midst of thousands of illegal immigrants. So they say. If it was up to me, and I've voiced my opinion on this before, this was originally their land. You know, the Trail of Tears pushed them out west, and then, you know, then Esau did his thing with the sword and put them down there in South America, man, in Central America, you know. But a lot of them, Texas and California and Nevada, it was originally their land. You know, the white man just came over here and stole everything like he does. But, you know, I'm just saying, in general, you know, you have so-called illegal aliens at the border. You know, why wouldn't the damn Democrats go ahead and put up the wall and reinstate the government so that people can get their paychecks? There's more to it than meets the eye, you know. But they're having you, the media is having you hate Donald Trump for this shit. But, you know, it makes little to no sense to me. That's pretty much how everybody moves and how they think here in America. But keep an eye out, man. Keep an eye open, yo. Stay vigilant. Prepare. Buy water. Buy rice. Buy instant mashed potatoes. Buy some shit that is non-perishable and stock up on it. I don't give a damn if you need to go to a storage unit and put some shit in storage, man, for that day. Go to a pawn shop, spend $250, get you a pistol. You're gonna need it, unless you plan on being someone else's bitch and getting everything that you have taken from you in the days of desperateness that is ahead. You know? Think about it, man. Something to consider. But this is just a rant. Hopefully I didn't bore you all. You know, this thing's just been on my mind real heavy. But look into these things I'm telling y'all about, brothers. And until next time, shalom.